What's up, guys? In this video we're going to be installing new dew wipes on the 84 Fiero. So, as you can see, these dew wipes are old, cracked up, oversprayed from this car's many previous paint jobs. Passenger side is just as bad. That's pretty brittle. And I have these brand new dew wipes right here. So we're gonna get going on installing those. First step here is gonna be to remove this door trim panel. To remove that, you pop this off, and there's a screw behind that. You pop this cover back here off, there's a screw behind that. This comes off, and there's a screw behind there. Screw in there, screw in there. And it's the same on driver's side and passenger side. So we will go ahead and get this off, and I will be back once that's done. All right, so I got the trim piece off the door handle. I got the armrest off. Now, there's a bunch of clips along the edge the panel here, all the way around, that you pop off. Of course, like every other Fiero that I've worked on, most of these I've already pulled out of the back of the panel, and then the panel just slides off, like so. And now, there's the door. My next step here is going to be to take this off. I take this bracket off, which is a bunch of Phillips screws, and take this piece off and knock your door panel over. And then you can take this junky vapor barrier off, and there's some stops for the window glass for it going up that I take out. Because then you don't actually have to take the glass out. You can just put it up a little further, and you can kind of slide it back and forth once you take this and this out. And then you can get to the screws. It's screws that hold that outer dew wipe on, and then the two nuts here for the mirror. So let's get this off, this piece off, and this piece off, and get this, I guess you can call it a vapor barrier, off of here. And yeah, I'll show you what we got after that. Okay, so got all that stuff off. Now I got to roll the window down, and then you can get to the two nuts that hold the mirror on. And I believe it's this one and this one that are the stops for the window. And yeah, then you can roll the window up a little higher, and you'll be able to get to the screws along the dew wipe, because you'll be able to roll the window up a little bit higher, and this window's kind of got a curve to it on the bottom. That makes it easier to get in there to get to the screws, and you can kind of slide the glass forward and backward a little bit to get ones maybe that are a little bit harder to reach. But it beats drilling out rivets and glass and then trying to re-rivet it. This is the way I've done it before on my other two Fieros, and it's worked out quite well. So let's get that stuff off of here and see where we're at. All right, so the window's rolled down. You can see here and here are the two 10mm nuts that hold the mirror on, and they also go through this dew wipe. And then you can see these Phillips screws down in here right there right there, all along here. There's one right there behind the glass. There's one right there. Those are what hold that dew wipe on. So as you see with the window down, you can get the mirror nuts right here. You can get 1, 2, 3 of the Phillips screws. So you can go ahead now, unbolt the mirror, take those 3 screws you can get to out. We'll take these stops off, and then we should be able to roll the window up high enough to get to, there's 1, 2, there's 2 Phillips screws here that are blocked by the window. So if we were able to get that window up high enough, we should be able to get to those 2 Phillips head screws. So I'll go ahead, I'll get the mirror unbolted, get the Phillips screws I can get to off, and take these stops out, and then we'll roll the window up and see if we can get to those other 2 Phillips screws. All right, something I wanted to mention before I take these off here is I like to mark where these are at. I normally have a grease pen, but today I just have a pick. I can't find my grease pen. But you can just put a little scratch in here where it's at, so you get it back in the same spot. And then there's no question about where it goes. The other thing here, I got the mirror unbolted. You can see you don't have to remove it all the way. You just got to take the nuts off and it'll hang there, or it'll rest there. It's not really hanging. And I got these other screws off so you can see the dew wipe is loose. We just got to get these other couple screws off. So I'll go ahead and remove these and get the window up and be back with you guys here in a minute. All right, so I've got these little stops removed, and the glass goes up higher, and you can see I can get to this one here, but still not getting this one here, and I can't get the window to move very much. So I got to figure out a different plan of attack here. I think maybe I have a tool where I can get down into this gap from the outside now and get to it. So, yeah, to see what I come up with. On my 88, I was able, you can see how much room you have here. I was able to slide the window, but for whatever reason, this car does not want to cooperate like that. So, maybe I'm forgetting something. It was like 10 o'clock at night. It's been a long day. So yeah, guess I'll mess with this for a few more minutes and see what I come up with, and let you guys know when I'm successful. All right, so I was able to tap the glass back far enough where I can get to it now. So let's get that screw out of there and get this dew wipe off and get the new one on. Yeah, and just so you know, the only tools that I have used are right there. 10mm ratcheting wrench, a little pick tool that works good for getting all the screw covers off of the door handle bracket and all that, and my drill with a Phillips screwdriver. However, I'm just going to use a regular screwdriver on this because it's still pretty close to the glass and I don't want to break it. So yeah, let's get this dew wipe on there and then we'll put it all back together. Oh, you can see here, you can see my scribed mark, so I know where the bolt was on that window stop, and here too. And I loosened a couple other bolts thinking I needed to, but I didn't, so I will put those back in. You can see I marked those too, so I'll know where they go. So yeah, let me get this dew wipe out of here, get the new one installed, and get this door back together. And the same process on the driver's side, especially on this car. This car has power mirrors. The only difference would be if you don't have power mirrors. Like my 88 here. It does not have power mirrors. So it has this mirror adjuster deal, and there's a little screw on the side of it right there that you take loose, and then you can get all that off of there. That's really the only difference. And that's only on the driver's side. But like I said, this car has power mirrors, so it's the same on both sides. So, all right, enough rambling. Let me get this thing just switched over and get this door back together and show you the finished product. All right, so our tool pile grew. You need a flashlight and a magnet too if you're like me and you drop things down in the door. But I wanted to compare the dew wipes here. This is obviously the old one. This is the new one. You can see they are similar. Some 84s had different dew wipes. They were a lot thicker and it leaves kind of a gap in the door. Actually, I think my Indy Fiero is that way. You can see this is a narrow dew wipe. Of course, this door panel's warped too. But this had a lot thicker dew wipe. It was about that thick in this section. You can see this SE, which is also an 84, but it's a later 84. It wasn't quite as thick. I mean, it's a little bit thicker here than the aftermarket one, but not much. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this installed, get the door back together. You can count the paint jobs on this old dew wipe. I think there's 2 different colors of red, some primer, and the blue that I sprayed on the car. So yeah, I think it'll look better. Let's see how brittle this seal is. Obviously, the new one is nice and rubbery. So let's get it installed. All right, just the door trim panel left to put on. I'm reusing this paper barrier thing here. The tape didn't really stick any wall anymore, so what I did, since it's almost 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday and we're under quarantine, is just clean it up, use some electrical tape to hold it on, fixed a couple tears that were in it with electrical tape, and it's stuck pretty good now. You can remake these out of plastic if you want to, but obviously this was good enough in 1984. It's gonna work all right now. It's period correct. So yeah, just wanted to show you that before I put the door panel back on, and then yeah, I'll show you the finished product, and then it's onto the driver's side, which is the same exact steps. Oh, and also while I had this all apart, I went ahead and I lubed up the tracks. I had a little bit of white lithium grease that I put in all the slides and tracks for the window. Make the window go down all right. Not bad for a Fiero window. So yeah, helped a little bit. That grease is, what, 30 some years old? So yeah, any little bit helps. Well, there you have it. Door panel's back on. Everything looks good. And this seal looks dirty, but a lot better. It's not cracked up. Fits the door nicely. The overspray is gone. Just needs to be cleaned up. So now, onto this side. This is kind of like the before the other side. You can see how nasty this one is, so. Yeah, just gotta knock this one out now. I'll get this one done and show you when I'm done. All right, and there you have it. The driver's side is done too. How much nicer that seal looks. So yeah, both sides brand new. Clean the seals up too. I would say that looks a whole lot better. So there you have it. That's dew wipes on my 84 Fiero. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever. Be nice to get to 1,000 subscribers at some point. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.